This week we're going to preview USDA's monthly supply demand report that will be released on Thursday, June 11th. We're going to take a look at crop conditions and weather trends here in the U.S., look at crop progress in Brazil where harvest is just beginning, and wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into early June here and this market has been exceptionally weak. We're going to start out this week previewing the USDA's monthly supply demand report. That report will come out on Thursday, June 11th at 11 a.m. Central Time. Let's take a look at the trade estimates. There's a lot of numbers here, both old and new crop corn carryout, South American crop projections. I'd ask you to focus though on those carryout numbers. How much of a change, if any, did we see from those May estimates? That'll basically incorporate any changes both in South America and the U.S. Let's move on now and look at the price change of July futures on the day that the report is released. What we did here is look at the last 10 or 11 years. Again, the change in July corn futures on the day that that report is released. Some years there's not much change, but recently, in fact, we've seen 5, 10 cents, even more. Here's the key message. Those changes have been both to the upside and to the downside. That's why it's critical that you continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your marketing positions in place prior to the release of the report. Let's shift gears now and take a look at the updated crop conditions here in the U.S. Now, nationwide, we saw corn conditions stabilize at 67% good to excellent. Notice last year was at 71%. Quite a bit of variability, some unchanged conditions across the heart of the Corn Belt, a little bit better up in the northern plains, and a little bit of deterioration in parts of the eastern Corn Belt. Let's take a look at the history now of the crop condition index. Notice overall the crop condition index ever so slightly improved this week. It's below where it was last year and some of the recent years, but again, look at that possibility of volatility in that index throughout the growing season. So be prepared for possibility of increased price volatility. Let's shift gears now and focus on the weather. Let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're looking at precip now as you get into June. Through Sunday of this week, quite a bit of green on this map here. Looks like we're going to get a good drink of water here this week. What about in the next week, June 15th to the 17th? Most of the moisture next week is going to be in the south. And if we shift gears even further ahead to the end of next week, June 18th to the 22nd, a return to moisture across the heart of the Midwest. So the market's been under some pressure. It's directly linked to some pretty good crop conditions. Let's take a look at now precip totals over the next 2 weeks. Again, that's reflected here, and most of those areas are normal to slightly wet over the next 2 weeks. Let's shift gears now and focus on crop progress in Brazil. Now, most of the corn is filling grain and maturing in Brazil. We'll look at harvest rapidly increase in Mato Grosso in the north towards the middle of the end of the month, and then progressively work south into August. Let's look at rainfall the next 2 weeks. A total of 88% of the Safrinha corn is forecast to receive near normal to above normal precip. So remember, that corn is still filling grain, can still benefit from rain. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in December corn. Now, December corn in tape here on Tuesday has declined to about $4.50 a bushel. Again, notice as you get into mid-June all the way through harvest, that potential for increased price volatility, both to the upside and to the downside. That's why it's critical that you continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement and avoid price prediction. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 309-664-2300. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an update. And make sure to join us for our video following the USDA report on Thursday, June 11th. This video will go live at 3 p.m. on our YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.